A trans woman was arrested unlawfully, was accused of having cocaine. She had no cocaine and the cop knew it. She was placed in jail and had to stay in jail 6 months. And the cops were aware of her innocence the entire time. She has now been awarded $1.5 million. Let's put up her picture. Such a damn shame. The federal judge awarded a black transgender woman from Atlanta $1.5 million after she spent 6 months, think about this, 6 months in an Atlanta jail after being arrested on fake cocaine charges. I'm gonna give you the background to this horrific saga that this young lady had to go through. This all started in October 2015. Juzima Goldring was walking with friends when two City of Atlanta officers stopped and questioned the entire group. The officers accused Miss Goldring of the awful crime of jaywalking. Jaywalking was their pretext to the interaction. A crime she says was never committed. And then the cop arrested her for jaywalking. During the arrest, an officer searched Goldring's purse and found a stress ball. He cut it open, tested it for cocaine. Defense attorney said that despite the fact that the test was completely negative, the officer charged Ms. Goldring with trafficking cocaine. During the arrest, Goldring's attorney said one of the officers used an anti-trans slur, violating their own policy in the department. So the cop is bigoted. Now, let me remind you, most police officers, especially in metropolitan areas, they are equipped with a tester, a drug tester, and they're able to test if a substance is actually an illegal narcotic. They used the test. The test came back, nope, not dope, it's not drugs. Then the GBI lab got the test. Nope, not dope, not drugs. After additional tests by the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, that came back negative. Goldring was finally released from jail 6 months later, and the charges were completely dismissed. The former Channel 2 anchor Craig Lucy spoke to Goldring after her release. She told him she was detained in a male jail where she was assaulted. Ms. Goldring's attorneys filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city in 2019. A jury ruled that Atlanta police now have to pay Goldring $1.5 million. The attorney said she was the victim of police scrutiny based on her identity as a trans woman, and I agree with them, so does the federal judge. But there's another nuance to this. The attorney, Miguel Dominguez, said, and I quote, "This case signifies a small but significant victory on behalf of the LGBTQ plus community and other marginalized people in Atlanta who have been suffering through discriminatory and callous policing by individuals who swear to protect and serve their communities, but who under the cover of darkness are indifferent to the consequences of their discriminatory practices on the most vulnerable among us." Now, this is in Atlanta, a supposedly more progressive city than others. They have progressive members of council. They had a police chief who was openly gay. They have had progressive legislation passed. What did the city of Atlanta do? Attorneys for the city defended the officer's actions throughout the entire trial. There was no drugs. She was charged with jaywalking. Attorney, what are your thoughts here?
I think this is just a reflection of our system and how broken it is, particularly when it comes to Black trans women, individuals who are targeted for all sorts of harassment, violence, victimization, and the fact that individuals who are sanctioned to protect us, who actually are supposed to have, color of law in their actions, that they are abusing their power. And it really also shows you too, when you see the system back it up, as opposed to admit it's wrong and simply settle. It really just shows you that this runs throughout the system and all the way to the top. And that poor woman was victimized time and time again. And unfortunately, I don't think anything's going to change because again, this is going to be something probably coming out of taxpayers' pockets one way or the other.
Yeah, and that's why I'm talking about transfer rather than transform. It's time to have new police officers, a new dynamic, a paradigm shift.